Hey everyone, I'm Cynthia Conte.
And I'm Jeandra LaBeouf.
And we're on the road for Best Women's Boxing Show, period. If you don't know who this lady is, shame, shame, shame on you.
And you aren't a real boxing fan if you don't know who this lady is.
Exactly. You've known her as Miss Christy Martin, but Miss Christy Salters. She is an icon. She is a hero. Can you just show your ring?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Boxing Hall of Fame. International Boxing Hall of Fame. International Boxing Hall of Fame. First class.
You're the first lady.
Well, I guess so.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Thank you.
This is a pleasure for Jeandra and I to just be sitting here talking to a lady that we're trying to push women's boxing. We love to talk to women about boxing. We love to talk about men about women's boxing. And you blazed the trail for all of these, majority of these ladies. You weren't the first, though. There were many others before you.
Absolutely. Many before me. I just got lucky. I mean, and all the stars really lined up. I had Don King as my promoter. Mike Tyson giving me rah-rah, yes, I want her on my undercard. Showtime gave me a wonderful platform. And I was ready. I was ready to take advantage of the opportunity that they all provided. Again, everything just lined up perfectly. And Deirdre Gogarty and my fight on the Mike Tyson, Frank Bruno undercard, kind of stole the show. Sorry, Mike.
You did.
And really got everybody talking about women's boxing.
I really appreciate your humility, but let's make no mistake. Hard work, commitment, dedication, years of drive, and just doing all the work that no one sees. You know, a lot of people get caught up in the flash and fight night, but the real work is the work that doesn't go seen. A little bit of reflection on what that time is like before you get to the ring and what that hard work was like for you.
Look, there's no question. Number one, I loved my job. But all the work is done before fight night. I mean, all the miles have been ran, all the rounds have been sparred, all the mitts, all the work is done, and it's just now fight night is time to execute your plan. So really and truly, if you've worked hard enough, fight night should be easy.
That's right.
When you talk about the road work and the sparring, back in your days, you weren't sparring women. There were men, only men. And then your now wife, Lisa, that you did fight in the ring. She's also a former world champion. Now you two are lovebirds. I love it. It's a beautiful love story. They were punching each other in the face, and now there you go.
That's how love is.
It really.
Right. Well, yeah. There you go. No, it was a great story. Lisa, that's the only fight I've ever won, actually, with Lisa. That night.
Do you ever push it and throw it in her face?
No, actually, it's always just the opposite. I kind of cringe when somebody mentions the fight because, it's a sore subject, kind of. And Lisa did get a last-minute call, which I had nothing to do with, but she did get the last-minute call. But she still signed the contract. That was her choice. And she was coming off an injury, so, she has a list of excuses. I mean, reasons why I won the fight. But, thank goodness it happened that I met her. I mean, it was my last fight with Don King.
Yeah.
Had that fight not happened, I probably would have never fought her and never would have met her. So, everything does happen for a reason.
Absolutely. Since you mentioned Don King is still at it. I mean, this man has 9 lives. Recently, Adrien Broner, new signee to him. What is when you have a meeting with Don King, what is the magic of Don King? Because he's still, no matter how much people try to get him out the paint, he's still there.
Look, I was just with him about 3 weeks ago. I sat across the table in his office, and I sat there and we talked about, with subject after subject after subject. And finally, after about 4.5 hours, I said, DK, I have a 6 o'clock a.m. flight. It's like coming up on 10. I got to go. And this man is 91 years old, but he's he's just and taking phone calls and making deals and with the AB signing, it has really rejuvenated him. I mean, the spark is back in his eyes, and we're going to do this, Christy, and we're going to do that. Get out there, let's sign some fighters. So if you're out there and you need a manager, come see me and Lisa. We're signing fighters left and right. And, of course, Don King's going to give him a great opportunity. He has many champions with the WBA and the WBC. So, DKP, you can get a title shot right away.
I'm really curious to see. Adrien Broner is in excellent shape, and we talked about, was that your doing? Did you float it to Don King like, hey, this kid has worked really hard. Unfortunately, the things with BLK didn't fall through. His opponents were actually not the right fit. They were just kind of throwing opponents. AB is a former world champ. I mean, did you say, Don, you're 91.
Only in America.
Only in America, and his jean jacket. You're like, Broner could be the kid to sign.
I wish I could take credit, but I really can't. Kevin Cunningham is doing a great job with AB, and he's been working with DK for a long time. So those two were talking. I did sit with King and tell him that AB is in great shape, and not just in the ring how he's acting, but all of my dealings with him personally were also so pleasant and easy, and he was so respectful. So, in my opinion, this kid needs a shot. He needs to give him a chance. But really, I had nothing to do with it. It was all AB putting in the hard work in the gym, showing him, his body looks great, showing King that he was ready, and then Kevin went in there and negotiated a deal.
And now we are here. It is a big fight week here in Las Vegas. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. This is a bananas fight, a long time in the making. We like to take credit for making this fight. When we started our show, they were our first guests.
Oh, wow.
Before, they weren't even really talking at all about fighting. So now we are here. What do you think of this matchup? When we walked in, you said you had thoughts about today's weigh-in. What did you think about the weigh-in?
Well, I think it's a great matchup. I think it's a little bit of the changing of the guard, kind of. Like Caleb Plant has been there. He's done it. He's been champion. He wants to stay champion. But this is Benavidez' time, I feel like. I feel like he's got this dog in him that he just can't let this pass by him. But with that being said, this is the first time he's been like under these kind of lights at this level, fighting Caleb Plant on Showtime pay-per-view, and all the people are here watching them. And then Caleb Plant is a master at that psychological game. Oh, yeah. I mean, he is in Benavidez' head, and that's one of the things I love to do as a fighter. I love to get in my opponent's head. Like, when I fought Lisa, I tried to make her so mad that she would make a mistake, and she did. She wanted to knock me out, and she wasn't fast enough. But so...
during your fight with her or any of your fights, did people talk shit to each other in the ring? Were you up in her ear like, you?
Oh no! So Lisa, after it was in the second round, she says I missed her with a left hook, and she's like, whoa! They told me you were fast, bitch. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking nobody can talk to me like this. So I waited, and I give myself credit, and this is what Benavidez has to do. He has to keep everything in check. His anger has to stay in check. So I waited till the bell in the round. And I said, yeah. And they told me you could punch too, bitch. And here comes Kenny Bayless pushing us apart, taking us to the corner.
Shout out to Kenny Bayless.
But you have to. But this is it, and this is what we're going to see tomorrow. Can Benavidez keep his anger under control? Can he keep the emotions in check? Because if he can't, Plant might slip in there.
They're both bang on weight. Will weight really become a factor coming into the fight? Because Caleb doesn't blow up. David, he's a little heavier at times, but he carries his weight well. Will that be different in the fights? What you saw during the weigh-in?
If David Benavidez has been at this weight for, as he said, a week, I don't think that he will blow up a lot. I think they're probably both going to put 10 or 12, maybe 15 pounds on, but that'll be it. So Benavidez just looks bigger than Caleb Plant to me anyway. So tomorrow when they get in the ring, will we see a bigger, diversity of the weight? I'm, anxious to see.
Stoppage, knockout. Do you have a round that this is going to end? Whoever wins.
I think it's going to be a late round stoppage for Benavidez. That's what I think. I'm going to stick with it. That was my thought when I got on the plane this morning to come to Vegas, and I'm just going to stick with that.
The winner of this gets the golden ticket. Hopefully, if Canelo decides to say, yeah, I'll fight you. That's the fight allegedly Canelo doesn't want, but he says Benavidez will win. If that fight happens, who do you think can win this one? Is that the passing of the torch now?
I think if Benavidez keeps his mental in check tomorrow and he shows us that he's capable of doing that, and he's not just strong in the ring, but he's strong mentally in the ring, he deserves the fight with Canelo. I do not think he'll get it.
Ooh, let's see. I like that. Keeping it telling he's been blessed by Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson calls him the Mexican Monster. So do you guys have a group chat, like a group text with Mike where you guys all compare fight ideas with each other?
No, I haven't. I don't see him often. But but that's a good idea. We should probably bring him on the Christy's Corner podcast and see if we can't get Mike on there.
Come on, Iron Mike.
Talk some boxing with us. That'd be a lot of fun.
We're invited too because we want to talk to Iron Mike Tyson too.
Exactly.
Right, I know. I'm sure everybody does. All fight fans, right?
I don't do edibles, but we can do edibles with him on the hot box. And I don't know if you do anything, but I don't. But I'll do it just cause.
That's what I honestly. The thing is, I hate the high that weed gives you. But I'm like, damn, just smoke with Mike Tyson.
I mean, it's a once in a lifetime. You know what would be the real deal? Like Mike and Bob Arum.
Oh my God! And, yes. Yeah. Let me just say yes.
The conversation that those two would have.
My
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Before we wind it on down, tell us about, we know you are a promoter as well. You do a lot of charitable work. You do a lot of good things for boxing, women's boxing, the sport as a whole. Fill us in on what's happening with your endeavors and ventures and what you have going on.
I have a lot of things happening. We're doing. We have Christy's Corner, the podcast every other Tuesday.
Where can they hear it?
That can. Facebook. You can go to my Facebook and see it. Instagram, all those, any place and every place it's out there. Dan Tortora from Syracuse is the host. Really, he keeps me going and helps me out. He's the man. He's the one. He does it every day, and then just me every other Tuesday. So it's really cool. We have Christy Martin Promotions doing the final show for a minute in Myrtle Beach, July 29th. So that'll be fun. I had just struck a deal with Jackie Callan.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay, First Lady of Boxing. Yeah.
Striking Beauty's Boxing Gym. Her partner is Dina, and we're going to go all over the country. There's already one has already opened in just outside of Boston. So this is where I'm going to put a lot of my time and energy and effort into this Striking Beauty's Boxing Gym. And it's going to be a gym that women are more comfortable. That, you know how sometimes you don't really want to go in a gym.
Right.
It's like sometimes it's a meat market. You don't
Right.
really want to go there.
Right.
So it's going to be the boxing workout, but it's also going to be, we're going to have programs for domestic violence survivors, the Parkinson's, punching for Parkinson's. We're going to do some of those classes. I'm also working with this awesome, I don't do gaming, but this VR Golden Gloves game
Wow.
is badass. I just got the Oculus and I just did it this week, and I was like, I knocked this guy out and I'm like on it, and I'm screaming. I'm going,
do it in real life.
I'm going crazy, and Lisa runs in there. She thought that I had fallen down and hurt myself or something. So, all those things we have, really a lot of irons in the fire, and just moving in a lot of directions.
That is actually some really good social content if Lisa's filming you doing that and you're like just going full out. And
I was like, I hit the guy with the overhand right, and I'm like, I knocked this motherfucker out, Lisa. And she's like, what is going on?
That is awesome. Okay. Alicia Baumgartner, who's a unified champion, she does some similar stuff in her area there. We're working with domestic victims or survivors and training with women. So, y'all, we got to hook y'all up.
Absolutely, yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
actually, I want to go into predictions because I want to talk about a little bit about your story with VH1 real fast.
Okay.
Real fast. Do you follow Anthony Joshua?
I do.
Okay, he is training with Derek James. Yes. He's doing the axe thing. He's in the wilderness doing the whole Rocky Siberian kind of work. He's putting in the work. Can he come back? He said he's learning his craft all over again. He's been a champion. Yeah. Is it possible? Can he come out as a more rejuvenated heavyweight and learn something new?
You can definitely learn something new. Physically, you can get your body in better shape, better physical condition. But there's one thing you cannot train.
What?
You can even train your mind. You cannot train your chin. You cannot train your chin. I'm just saying.
Might be a little chinny.
Just saying.
Chinny, glassy, maybe. Okay.
Okay.
Katie Taylor is now trying to go to Division Undisputed. She's taking on Chantel Cameron's belts. Do you follow them, or do you follow Chantel?
I don't know Chantel. I, of course, know Katie, and I'm all about trying to get myself over there to be a commentator that night.
The Zone, Eddie Hearn.
I've been
Come
sending
on now.
messages to the Zone, left and right, at least once a week.
We're gonna lobby. We're gonna start the
and
campaign.
the whole thing is, Deidre Gogarty is gonna be there because they're doing a
Katie
statue.
Taylor.
They're
right.
doing a statue for Gogarty, and so she's gonna be there. We're better for me to reunite with her, but in her country, in her home country.
Eddie Hearn, did you hear this?
Quit playing. Yes.
We're
Quit
going to
playing.
help put this out. We're going to
Real
put this on
champ shit
socials.
right here.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen her fight with Deidre Gogarty, this was a fight. I mean, both of you, talk about chins.
Yeah.
You guys you brought the dog out in each other, and you guys, that's one of those fights that just keeps on going. Now, into that segue, I had the opportunity and the honor to do your show or speak about your life. I was so scared, shitless, for VH1. It drops April 3rd. You are a remarkable woman.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm gonna
Thank
cry.
you. Thank you.
I read your book. I read everything that they told me to read. I went above and beyond. And the strength that you had to stand here after everything everything. I mean, you didn't deserve it. You didn't. But it happened. Life happens. This was your journey. And you're here to tell your story, and I am honored. I'm such a crybaby, but my God, please, I hope I did your life justice. I cursed a lot.
That's okay.
I mean, but it's fine because it's Christy Salters. But I really hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait for people to really know and understand your life. I can't wait to see what you say about your own story.
Well, I'm excited, for the VH1 to drop. It's been a while. We filmed a long time ago, so it's taken a while for this to get here. So I'm excited to see it. We've had great response from the Netflix documentary, from the book, and the group of people that have surprised me the most was fathers. Fathers messaging me saying thank you because you've given me an opening to talk about domestic violence with my daughter. Also, a lot of mothers that their daughter's gay. They, my daughter just came out, and basically they're telling me that they're okay with it, and I always have to write them back to say thank you because it's so important that look, we all know what we want. We want our mom and dad to love us, no matter what we do. We might do stupid shit, but we want our mom and dad's love.
Absolutely.
And when you think you don't have that, it's really crushing, and it screws you up. So I'm really happy to see the support.
It's a celebrity true crime story, April
Make sure
3rd.
you watch it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
And it's really beautiful just to have the strength to just even open up your life for people to discuss, especially in this era where so much is just digitally available. That what you're doing and continue to do for people as a whole, really, really beautiful, really, really inspiring.
Thank you. I said God left me here for a reason from my hospital bed, and this is my reason to try to help somebody else, whether it be with the sexuality part, the domestic violence, wherever. I think I'm just the underdog. I'm a coal miner's daughter from southern West Virginia, and I got to the top of the boxing world, and I get to come out and see these great fights and talk to you guys. I've been blessed.
Amen.
Do you ever think you'd want to come back out in the ring for a charity fight?
Look, don't tell Lisa, but I'm training. I mean, I just started on Monday, but we're not going to tell her because she told me I can't. I had a stroke, and I'm not supposed to get hit.
No.
Well,
but I had a stroke.
we might have to snitch you out now. Come on.
Doctor.
No, I had a stroke before my last fight when I came back thinking I could fight Mia. And look, when I lost to Mia, I'm sorry, Mia, but if I can't beat Mia, I shouldn't be fighting. But it was really close to. Also, I'd been through the trial with Jim. And too much going on in my life. The stroke, the trial, and I should have never been in the boxing ring. But it's been.
You're a
I feel
survivor.
like
You are a
it now.
survivor and a fighter.
Yeah, you really are. It's just an honor for us to be here and just to talk with you about anything and everything and curse with you and just, oh my God, it's fun. Thank you, Christy. Lisa, you want to come in real fast? She's like, no.
Okay. Well, then, okay.
Okay, yeah, well then, okay. Oh, she coming.
Come on in.
We'll get into
Dun, 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 dun.
Come on into the middle. Come on in with it.
No, you better stay between us.
Okay, we're going to have a face-off.
steal
Oh,
This is so
now this
cute.
is a real face-off right here.
It really.
Why?
You might fall.
So let me ask you this, Lisa. My fault. I can't catch you. I'm sorry. I love to always talk about when people go into the ring. Do you go back? I mean, we talked about it. If you guys talk about your fights, do you ever reminisce about your fight? What do you remember about? Do you remember her talking shit to you, or you talking? Oh yeah. You guys, did you wish that you said something else to her?
No, I was surprised because I came out through college ranks of sports, and you might think a little shit, but you don't really talk it. And I got on the scale, and it wasn't a title fight because it was sort of like, I don't know why, but it just wasn't. So I knew I got an automatic +1, and I'm a bigger girl than her, so I took the +1. And Christy got a little bit huffy, and I think she sort of did this to Mark Ratner and elbowed him out of the way. And then I said, "Good luck, Martin," and she said, "Good luck getting knocked the fuck out." And I was halfway to picking up my shirt, and I stood back up, and I'm like, "Wow, I always wanted to meet the bitch you could." And those are our first words.
I love that.
When she hit you, did you rate her power at the time? Like, oh, this girl can hit.
I always knew she could punch. The only punch of hers, just because I'm physically bigger than her, the only punch of hers that I was afraid of was her left hook. And she always wants to tell me about her right hand, which is great for the short girls. but her right hand, is good. Don't get me wrong, it's really good. But what was so good about Christy that most people didn't know because they were so busy watching all the girls tumble when she fought them is that she's a really good all-around fighter. She's got good feet. She's got good head movement. She was really a student of the sport 10 years before women were really doing this. And so when you got in the ring with her, you were like, expletive, this girl can fight. And it wasn't a single thing. It wasn't like, wow, she's got this or she's got this. It was like, she's, where do I hit her?
In the heart.
Yeah. Anywhere that hurts.
So anyway, it was a good fight. It was one of those ones where, in a perfect universe as an athlete, you would love to have all of the stars aligned on your side. But the truth is I'm a firm believer in, if you like where you're standing today, don't wish for anything different.
Amen.
And I'm pretty happy with where I'm standing.
That's now
awesome.
You guys are little lovebirds.
Reunited
And it feels so good.
So we were friends and sparring partners for 10 years before we...
Who made the first move? What was your pickup line? How you want that punch?
You better give me your number before I knock you out again.
No, I said I'm a great cuddler.
Aw, that's cute.
You're like a smother in the ring like this.
No, I wasn't used to go cuddler.
See, we can do interviews like this. Guys can't. They'd be like, what are we
Yeah, no,
talking
cut
about?
them off.
Stop it. Yeah. No, she's even though I grew up in Hawaii and stuff, I'm a Texas girl. And Christy being a West Virginia girl, our cultural heritage is similar. And I always tell people, when they different worlds and we're so in love, and it's like, you are, but you're fucking night and day. You got to find some commonalities. And we have a lot of commonalities. Before we were a couple, or before we were married, I knew her parents. We all got along. It was easy, and that matters.
Absolutely.
Because it doesn't really matter how amazing somebody looks under the lights on Saturday night. It matters if you can talk to them Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Amen.
And we do
That's
we
beautiful.
do a good job.
I like that. I'm going to steal that. I like that.
Cool.
Oh, this is such a great interview.
Because you do both.
Oh.
She does. She's right. I mean, look
And
at this.
she has on
what's-
boots too.
You know what's aggravating is my mom is from Trinidad, and
Really?
and so I have Polynesian heritage, and so my father's Samoan, and so everyone goes, "Oh, you got great skin, and then a fucking, this is a girl in me, and then Christy has great skin. I'm like, oh my God, I don't like you. So that's the part. That's the girl part. It's like, oh, you look so great, you lost 20 pounds, I hate you. That's the part that's hard when you're with two girls. It's like, oh, your skin looks so beautiful.
Do you know how to make
wow.
roti?
My mom did, but I don't. But there's a place in Austin that has it now.
If we come down there, we going, because my college roommate was from Trinidad. I love it.
Trini? Mm-hmm. Yeah, different kind of callaloo, different kind of everything. It's a really nice Indian-based, but crossed with lots of other foods.
I'm all for it. The doubles.
And
I want all the food.
and
Give me all the food.
And in Trinidad, the one thing that they can't do in India, we got a steel drum. Yeah, we got a steel drum.
Oh, this was such an incredible interview. We got to learn a little bit more about both of you, the secrets, how she hit on her, the punch, everything. And we are very blessed. We are very fortunate to sit here with two legends in the sport. And
drop your socials for us. We're going to put them in a little ticker in the bottom, but for people to keep up and follow, donate to the charity, charitable organization, support all of your endeavors, where can they find all those things?
We're all over Facebook, Christy Martin Promotions. Christy's Champs is my 501c3 for domestic violence awareness. Instagram, Christy Martin Promotions, Christy's Champs, Twitter, all of it. We're everywhere. And we have the website, Christy Martin Promotions, which also includes information about Christy's Champs.
Awesome.
And we're starting a cell phone drive. So we're collecting all these cell phones, and then we're going to donate them back to the Harbor House, which is one in Orlando. I'm sorry, that one's in Kansas City, thank you. And Beacon Center in Orlando, Daytona Beach, Florida, actually. And Away, which is in my hometown of West Virginia.
Excellent.
all right.
It's very important, giving women in need a means and a way to contact help if they need it.
Yeah,
That's right.
And you know very well. So thank you for that. And again, check her out, VH1 True Crime Stories, April 3rd. Incredible. Get your tissues out. Get ready to be like.
And follow us. We're going to
Yeah.
be live tweeting that night during the episode, so you to bring awareness, to support our Cynthia Conte, to bring great awareness to your incredible story and your organization. So make sure you're following us on Twitter on the night that the episode airs.
All right. Thank you again, Christy Salters and Lisa Hollowine, for joining us. Two legends in the sport, two ladies that made a difference. Why some of these women are here right now facing some of the best challenges. But you know what? Watch their fight.
For sure.
Follow them, follow all their socials, support Christy Martin and all her endeavors. She's fighting for all of you out there. I'm Cynthia Conte.
And I'm Jeandra LaBeouf.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.